I know,
Maybe
but
so.
it's
Middle
interesting.
of
It's
the
like
week,
a
you
full,
want-
when there's full moon.
Well, it's,
say
it's
full
anecdotal
moon data.
evidence, right? No one has real data, but you know, when you hear all of them say the same thing, you kind of go,
Yeah,
maybe something
It
to
has to
that.
be something to do with
So,
hunting.
mhm.
It has to be.
Well,
Well, I heard that the majority of heart attacks occur on Monday morning at 9 o'clock in the morning.
why?
Because of the stress of the upcoming work week.
yeah, so I'm
But I
sure
don't
there's
know,
some.
Wednesday being hump day is the only reason, the middle of the week.
That's what it
I have to
says.
stop saying that, but Wednesday being in the middle of the week has a lot to do with it. You're trying to do a past work Monday and Tuesday, and you still got 3 days left. So I can easily see why Wednesday can
The
be.
anxiety.
Yeah, when we feel it, internet.
Yeah.
Whatever, it
About
says
to,
exactly what you said,
because-
yeah. However, some individuals might find that Wednesdays being in the middle of the work week can trigger or exacerbate symptoms due to increased stress, expectation, and simply a feeling of being bored or stuck in a routine. Yeah, you're
Absolutely.
halfway in, you're halfway out, half a book open, half a book closed, that's
You're
pretty.
literally in the middle of the trenches,
That's
so.
pretty cool.
The only thing I would say
pretty
that
cool.
was, of all the presentations, I would say the one that could probably be tailored to be a little shorter was the first one we had, I forget her name, Phoebe, Hopsy, Hopsy,
She
because,
talks a lot,
no,
Oh.
but
she's nice.
she's a nice lady, but I think she was more into like trying to convince us why this is important. Why these organizations are
Oh,
important.
like
It's sort of like if it was almost like a lobby, you know?
If we already like it.
Yeah,
Tell me about
exactly.
the product.
What is it? You know, tell us how it works, you know?
Correct, correct.
So hers was, you know, something would be really good, like to legislatures and councilmen and stuff like that. We did not, we had Alex Sanchez there for a little while, but then he left. So, you know, unfortunately, some of the leadership wasn't there, but that's okay. We'll have to make a better effort to invite them.
Can we ever do like a presentation and invite people? I know we could do presentations during the council meeting, but maybe something maybe not this long or whatever, but like that, have maybe those people present really quick, like 5 minutes?
You know, I think what will be useful is. Go ahead, Nancy.
No, I mean, I can talk to
We really
the
could.
council and, I mean, to the town clerk's office to see if it's something that council would be willing to add as part of the agenda, or maybe they would want it on the presentation as part of it. I wouldn't
Right.
know, but I can ask them
Like-
if you
like
would do like a
when we did
reduced
the
version of it.
presentation for the mental health task force.
You guys mind if we ask her, we need a motion for you to ask her? No, because
No,
just you
fine. I
asking.
mean, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
maybe
ask
we
and
could
then
do-
I'll bring back the information to you guys.
Maybe we can
I
do
wanted to mention one thing, and maybe for your notes for next time when you're starting this, you know, the planning process for next year. I don't know why, but well, probably because you're busy, but a lot of the speakers, I know Lindsay was going back and forth a couple of times trying to get them in on a meeting. In advance, which I mean, it ended up working out, but I think that would kind of maybe fix that part with that presenter and maybe guide her more towards what you guys are looking for. In terms of what you want her,
Yeah.
yeah. We weren't able to schedule anything. I guess her schedule didn't allow for leading up to it, so we never had like
Or like a
a
pre-presentation
pre-meeting
meeting.
to that, so.
Maybe we can even break up, like you meet with her and something, we could even do to try.
Well, I
and
think, you know,
accommodate their
I think
schedule.
if someone would have told her, you know, you're not trying to sell a program, you're just trying to describe the program,
Right.
she would have been good to go. And so, I mean, I think maybe we should draft an email to invite people and kind of like tell them, we want you to focus on discussing the following, you know? Hopefully she reads her emails, right?
She's really good at reading.
I'll tell you something, her situation is that, so she's a civilian, works for the judicial courts.
Yeah.
Works directly with the sheriff's office, the police departments, so every time that there's a meeting, she does start off with, let me explain the importance of
Yeah,
why all these programs are so important. Like, that's her thing too, like, she tries to, just so, because there are people that can't conflate them both together, so why do we need to have this or that, because
yeah,
there's a lot of people that are on the opposite spectrum of you guys.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, but why do we need this, why do we need to be involved with these departments and why? So her main goal is to explain why it is that's.
She starts at the base rather than from the
yeah,
top.
she was at Wave Tops, she was
Yeah.
very much at Wave.
Yeah.
Well,
She
there's
was
so
very
many
much at
different
Wave Tops.
people at those meetings from different things.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
You
you
have to know the
Private
audience,
practice,
the
you
audience.
know?
I mean,
And people are Baker
I would
Act.
say that, you know, and it could be condensed, because I think once we got into the providers, it really got good. It really got good.
You saw what she was talking about
Yeah,
firsthand.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, I
that's the
wanna
only
say
thing I
one
would say, is
thing-
maybe short her, because you know, as I was listening, I was like, is she starting to repeat herself, but. You know, so, I thought that once we got, you know. It's sort of like you're describing a fish, and then the next speaker, here's a picture of a fish, well, why don't you just start with that? You know,
You get
You know-
to the
you know what I
point, get
mean?
to the point.
you know what I mean, just, why don't you start with that, now, you know, let's get going, start with that,
What were you
so.
gonna say? I was
That to
gonna say-
piggyback off of what I was saying, in the past, when we've had workshops that have been very successful. One main thing has been that the committees have gone to the other committees
Oh,
and said, listen, this is happening and, information.
Yeah.
And then can you guys in the committees also forward the information to your constituents? And the elderly one is huge, right?
Yeah.
The elderly one is huge.
That's our biggest one.
Yeah, so I mean, I think so we can hit them with an email and then we can hit them with a presence, show up to their meetings.
Who's their chairman still? Is it still,
It's
Navarro?
outside, yeah.
Put on our person.
But that's the feedback I had. That was very good. That was really, really good.
If you guys have funding next year, this is a suggestion.
No,
based on how you're-
when, not
When-
if.
When you guys have money. next
Get
year,
the funding.
Manifest.
Yeah. Well, you're kidding. When you guys do the funding.
You can also consider when you're budgeting for the event, if maybe you guys think it's worth it to you to put out, money set aside for paid ads on social media. I don't know, I guess that's something for you guys to think about,
Yeah,
because it makes sense for something that doesn't make sense for others.
And also, we had one speaker came from Baptist and brought Narcan kits and passed out Narcan, that's for opiates.
No, I know what it is.
Fentanyl?
It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
they even have it at the registers.
You don't know, I mean, no, it's free. It was free.
No, I know, I just don't know why it's out there.
Oh,
like
okay,
that,
well,
but that's
well, anyway, in
free.
any case, because fentanyl's out there, but anyhow. So she passed it out and she made a little presentation, I'm like, well, we should have had her as part of the main speakers to talk about it. And she was a part of the Baptist outreach. So I
And you could
think,
just get your hands on that like that if you need it. Like
Yeah,
that
well,
easy?
apparently,
Good.
Yeah,
so,
we included it in the flyer that they were.
yeah, I
Wow.
think it would have been better if we had. I don't know, it seemed to me, we gotta make a better sequence of events, who's gonna speak and what.
Oh, like it wasn't like.
She
stuck
suddenly
with our
said,
schedule.
hold on, I got something to say right after we're closing, and, it just seemed very disjointed, so we gotta fix that better, make sure
What's
every
wrong with
guest
it?
speaker, huh?
Was it still great though?
It was good. It was
We
good.
just gotta tweak it.
Yeah, we just gotta tweak. That's it.
Thank you.
A lady, I had, advised a lady from FIU that came out, Annette.
Yes.
She's with,
Oh, and she-
FIU.
Tumblr,
And,
yeah.
and she was like, oh my God, this was so informative.
Yeah.
So
He literally
informative.
said this is the best one she's ever been.
Yeah,
to.
she's never, wow, this is amazing. And, but I put her in contact with Hopsy because Hopsy does the CIT,
Right.
so that she can go to our quarterly meetings and get in contact with all the other providers, because she does have a lot of mental health stuff.
We need, she
Bye-bye.
said she would speak at the chamber. I gotta get her to the chamber, because there's a lot of people, that's where I know Annette from.
Chico,
Oh.
Chico definition.
She is a James.
These are- No,
Oh,
she,
it is James.
Yeah, Annette, but
Yeah.
not how,
Oh.
Yeah.
because I mean, I think that's just something like, who doesn't know or have an issue with
You
mental
would be good
health?
at the chamber. Because her
Yeah.
presentation is tailored for people who have no idea and she can,
Yes.
and she'll sell it to them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That would be a good. at the
That's
chamber.
all.
And she probably does have to make sure that she continues to have funding, because sometimes those are the first programs to go.
She is the face of the program to lobby for funding, lobby for, continuing support. So, I mean, her presentation very much sounded like one of those, even like I said, we're sold,
Yeah, it's good to, tell me
Yeah,
what it is.
Tell
I
me what
want
it is,
that.
how can we use it? That's, so it was,
And we can,
but it'll be
even-
useful at the chamber.
but we can even piggyback with the chamber.
Mm.
Like today, the chamber is doing something at Chelsea. Alright. Signs of Hope 980 initiative, town cards present to council. I don't know. Did Lindsay give me notes? I don't get anyone.
No,
Or
he
that's
didn't,
who
but
they-
I know that she was gonna be contacting, what it says there, contacting the grant company to see if it's something they would be willing to
Where do you see
do.
that?
Oh, in the minutes, I'm sorry.
Oh. like a minute.
Yeah, I know that she had reached out to a contact at the grant to see if it's something they were open to, I guess, allow us to do right,
Oh,
because
yeah,
it's their
yeah.
property.
Oh, that's right.
And we did, I think she had already told you guys this, we did get on a call with the 988 organization and they kind of briefed us on the signs. There's actually a new look to them. They sent us like the specs, the color scheme. They gave us a couple of vendors that we could use if we're trying to quote it.
Oh, they don't give it to you?
No.
No, it's, you got,
we got different.
can we find sponsorship to pay for it?
How
Chamber
much
of
is it
Commerce?
roughly?
I did get a quote, but it's only for the sign. There's the other costs. So
Yeah, like
just
the
to start you guys
installation.
off. There's 18 by 24 metal sign that one-sided, it's $85. Or 12 by 18 metal sign, one-sided.
Yeah,
$55.
double that.
How
for
many
the-
do we need?
So double for the installation.
That's fine, how many do we need?
I don't know. We never voted on how many.
Yeah, this is, I mean, this was, I think, very much in the beginning stages that you guys wanted to. But I thought that the idea was to spend some money that you guys were gonna be using for something else instead of use it. for
Yeah, we're
this.
not doing banners.
but-
Uh-huh.
We're
Yeah.
not doing banners, so we have money allocated for banners.
But if we get a sponsorship,
Oh, yeah, then we got that
Okay.
money for, we got it for something else.
we don't have a line item.
I don't see a line on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, because I think that died already. That was such a
How
cute
many,
idea.
have we thought about how many signs we wanna place around? We haven't.
We haven't figured it out.
Because police is the
No,
only
this
thing.
is, yeah, this is a
Sounds like
very.
we need a subcommittee for this.
No,
Yeah.
calm down. Calm down.
I'm gonna
Very
pull up
halfway
the
there.
March.
And we need,
I'm pulling up the
I'm not
March.
and we'll need double
And
sided.
you're in charge of it?
No,
Oh, you want
you
some
wouldn't
more?
do doubles. I mean, I think you're fine with, the
No.
ones I've seen are one side, cause
Yeah,
the other
that's
side
what-
is the metal,
yeah,
you know,
so
like
the-
the pole, I mean.
On the pole, whatever it is.
Oh, because
Just
they're
single-sided.
standing places or
It's
just
kind
on
of
a
like, you
wall?
know, when you see the handicap signage,
Yeah.
like a
Oh,
parking space that's
so
all
you
held
put
by.
a
It's usually,
wall
no, it's usually,
installation.
on a
it's
light
usually
bulb.
bright, it's usually
Yeah.
bright, like they can mount it on the. like,
Or on the
no,
big
On
electrical
Publix has
poles.
it mounted right on their entryway.
Right,
Publix has a
Yeah,
990.
and you've seen it on the thicker poles, like the
Yeah.
cement,
Oh,
Yeah, they
so-
like
the really tall, the like, yeah, the
Yeah.
like,
But we gotta basically get the approval of the main commercial property owner, Magnet Lake.
Yeah.
Which is the grand, correct?
for most people, yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why she was reaching out to them to start at Publix.
Well,
I
then
know.
let's do that, let's wait for that, right? And then see, cause maybe we could do a few, maybe we could do it with sponsors to save our
we
money.
all give an amount, then I can reach out and say, hey, we need a couple of grand. for this.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
minutes from March just say continue pursuing creation of to not continue pursuing creation of banners and to instead do the 98 plaque. And we talk about funding.
So you have the prototype, the sample of this. but
Yes,
sign
we
of
do.
it?
I
Send
can
it
share
out
it with
to
you
us.
guys, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Should I just Google it, can
You can, but I'll share you like the official files they sent me.
right. That way we. I can start rolling.
So yeah, I guess we would need an update to see if they're even willing to allow us to put
Who's
it
the
there.
point of contact for the grant companies? Is it Rich?
I think it depends on what it is.
Yeah, it depends. Like, I think she ended up
Or
getting a
She's
property.
public affairs.
Corporate property, you know. rental.
No, the ones they sent us don't look like that. That's the one that Lindsay had bought, because we've seen these.
Yeah.
In the parking lot, yeah, but they kind of changed it a little bit, just a
Okay.
little bit. So I'll send you guys the latest.
Yeah,
or-
I've seen it.
I've seen that.
Try it.
So you said 18 by 24 and 12 by what?
Let me pull it.
I think we did.
So on my end, what I can do is I can ask our public works, whatever team, to see if it's something that our handyman can install. If
Oh,
it is,
yeah, that's a good idea.
and if it isn't, then okay, what would it be the cost to, to get
Right.
that done? Along with permits, if any, things like that are needed.
Right,
Require Capcom.
But 18 by 24 is $85 each, or 12 by 18 are 55. That's from one vendor. You guys are always welcome to, go with another vendor.
Yeah.
You guys are exempt from procurement and can go with another vendor. But that was just to get us started.
How much?
How much?
24?
85.
Yeah, 85 is. the
18 by 24 is 85, 12 by 18 is 55.
I'm sure we can, but I can't be that much.
Yeah, I think we can do this. This is doable.
But-
That's permanent. That's good.
Yeah.
The thing is
You don't have to
that
fight
we
for it.
have to be mindful that with sponsorships, normally we like to put, branding on it. And this is something that you're not gonna add branding to it, so you have to set.
No,
up
well,
some-
we
They have to
could-
be kind of willing to donate, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, what we can do is,
In unveiling and.
maybe we can do an unveiling thing with them, saying they donated, I don't know if we wanna what I would like is one big donor that donates all, you know, all the
Right,
signs, yeah,
right.
you know, I don't wanna be like. Oh, this is mom and pops, you know, also at Pepe's Garage, who donated the sign on, you know, what.
You can't put like courtesy up? That's what.
I
we
don't
do.
think we're doing it, because this is a bigger organization,
No.
they set the
Oh, like
standards
they
of
don't
what
wanna
it
be
looks
big.
like.
Yeah, and also I doubt they wanna be.
Like on the bottom.
No, no, I
of it,
understand.
Donated by, how they do the chairs at cemetery.
Well, we can put that on the, we can put that on the website, we can put that on our website, that
And do
the
it
signs
on-
were donated by.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we could do,
Yeah.
but we can't do it
Yeah.
directly on the.
Not on the side.
Okay. Okay, that's nice. So you guys wanna leave that alone
Yeah,
until we
that's,
get,
until we get approval from the
Derek,
Graham
I'll
company.
share the
They grab-
files with you guys, the artwork files, just so you can look at it and the specs and all that. I'll share the quote I have. And I will come back next meeting and let you know if there's any costs associated with the installation, which I'm sure there is.
Defer.
I'm sure.
And Lindsay will, I guess, bring updates on what the grants are saying. And then after you guys have all that information, maybe you can come up with a plan on what you want to pitch to council, right? Because then it's something that we need to take to
Oh,
council.
that's right. Okay. So we don't need anything for that. We don't need motions. So new business,
Yeah, just continue.
Yeah. Saturday, October 18th, the Mental Health Fall Festival, save the date flyer, sponsored and activities. I think we should keep it about the same.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say is we should add those folks who are in responding with compassion. You know, we should invite all those folks, the CIT folks, the mental health response team, all those folks who. Now,
One of
Lindsay,
them was there.
Huh?
I think West
One of
here, someone was there.
Thriving Minds, you know, we should invite them to
Minds
show
still
up.
there?
I think so.
We should invite them to show up because I think they were very, very informative, especially since I think this year we're sponsoring
Like presenters, you mean, or like tables? 'Cause they have to- they have to
tables
pick the
and
tables.
possibly presenters, you know, I mean. And I know Lindsay, you know, we talked about it. And, you know, and I told them that they would be good for no cost.
Yeah, but they're like,
Not, maybe not the ones that are private. But like the cops. I mean, most sponsorship tables are $200. We'll have the CIT guys.
yeah, but that's different.
What are the times?
I think last time we were from 10 to 2.
Yeah,
It was 10 to 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so have the CIT guys show up and, you know, if you can bring one of those, I know you guys have those service animals that, you know, I remember some police officers.
Yeah, I had asked for them last year.
Yeah, so see if we can get them.
but there was an issue with the park, remember, you can't run animals in the park?
There's
No,
no-
no, I verified all
If
that.
they're
It's
Fine,
fine.
fine.
Oh,
But I want to be very clear. They have to be the service animals that are certified, not an emotional support animal.
no, no, no,
'Cause
yeah,
I think,
I know.
I
Oh,
think
no,
the
no, you
Girl
say-
Scouts were trying to bring like emotional support animals,
Yes.
and that is
Oh,
not.
yes.
Yeah,
True,
it's animals
true.
cost like 10 grand to
True
train, you know.
service.
Yes,
Well, those are the,
ADA,
everyone calls them.
because they're not considered obviously pets.
yeah, no, emotional support is a prescription.
I do those letters.
And so,
They're not
And just
protected
to add to that,
by the ADA.
I'll be sending you guys a flyer soon, which we talked about the save the date flyer, and I know Lindsay asked me to share with the old sponsors so they can start kind of like setting aside the date. We said it was just gonna be a very generic flyer because we don't have the details just yet, but she wanted to just put the date out there.
We should put a picture of ourselves on there. This is like a wedding or something, that would be.
I
Don't
can
worry.
write that as minute notices.
You're gonna totally ignore it
I'm totally.
on record. It's fine. We talked about the sponsors, so then we would just send you these, you have the 3 people that we use, the 4 people we use.
I
at
have
space
the,
now.
yeah, I have the.
We should invite,
No, and these people, the people of the compassion workshop.
Yeah.
Okay.
and we should invite Michelle Richbaum. She was the Narcan lady from Baptist.
Yeah, we have the Baptist contact.
Yeah, make sure she shows up because we're trying to tie this into opiate reduction. You know,
Oh, for the grant?
yes.
I was like, what's up with you, not Narcan? No, right, that makes sense. Activities, I think we said the same thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It was pretty good. We had pumpkins and we had face painting.
Face
We had laser tag.
The camouflage face painting was,
Those-
Yeah, I didn't get that.
that happened.
A lot of
It
people.
was
do.
removed from it.
that keeps being requested over and
Over
over.
and over.
Camel?
Yeah.
You gotta do pink camel though.
Okay, I'll do that.
Neon pink candle.
How about the bubbles? Are we bringing the bubbles back?
Well, we did laser tag. That was cool.
Okay.
People love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mayor's dunk tank, please. I think that would be
Gloria
so,
and Duncan.
the mayor, I'm not the mayor. I said the mayor's.
Do we have a dunk tank? Do we have a dunk tank?
No, we can rent a dunk tank. That's like $400. I had it all ready to go in my head. It's just that there was the.
And then we're just gonna dunk them for no money? Or it's
A
like
dollar,
$5 dunk?
$1 for both.
$1, well.
Yeah,
That's fair.
$1 per throw.
okay, so,
$5, $5, 5 throws.
How much are the pumpkins? What do we collect for the pumpkins per family?
no, then we just
I
charge
thought
them,
we were gonna
we charge them,
contract.
we charge them one price and then,
It's included?
yeah.
No, unlimited dunks? No, you got a coupon.
No,
No,
we
no.
charge for the pumpkins. You
How
know,
much did we
one
charge the
price.
pumpkin?
I think it was like $5 a thing.
Yeah, the
So
family.
you're gonna
For
charge
the
a dollar
family,
for
the
both?
family.
Yeah.
You don't see the difference here?
What?
You see the price
$5
discrepancy?
for how many pumpkins?
It's a
I
family,
think,
per
yeah,
family.
family per family,
Yeah.
like 3 or something.
Yeah.
Three, $5 for 3 pumpkins.
And then $1 for ball?
Yes.
Well, fine, I'll run the thing.
Yeah.
And then there's a 50 cent broker fee, go.
On
You
the
have
laser
to pay a lot of
tag.
money in order for them to show up. Otherwise,
That's-
Yes, sir.
Chair, last year, Oscar from the Family Food Trucks is the person that. was
He's
used for
really
all of
good.
that.
Hmm.
For all those,
Yeah, for all those things.
for all those things, so you might wanna contact them and.
He
she
did
had a-
the laser tag
Who has,
too?
yeah.
He's the one that brought it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll share the email with you guys.
Remember?
I thought you did the food trucks, I forgot you did the laser.
Yeah, ask them about the laser tag.
I'll share
tank.
the email with you
Cool.
guys.
The other thing that came up was,
Awesome.
since it was a new event last year. Now it's a recurring event, but even that it was last year, there needs to be a request through the town manager for us to be there. Like it's an event for
Okay.
us, but for us to,
One more
like
request by
another,
town
like
manager.
4th of July, for us to be there, because we did have the incident with the needle and all that was found in the bathroom. I don't know if you guys
No,
remember.
no, talk to me, I feel left out.
So
That makes cheese.
For real.
we cannot say that it was them.
Correct, you can.
But there were some people there from like a halfway house that were there. And this is what somebody was saying, they were using the bathroom, and then somebody went into the bathroom and saw a needle on top of, the towel dispenser, the
Correct.
toilet
Mhm.
dispenser. On top of the dispenser. Somebody was shooting up.
Wow. that's
Again,
This is
we can't say it was
what they-
them, but we've never had that problem before.
Correct,
This
correct,
is
correct.
in Miami Lakes at the mental
This
health.
was
festival.
at the mental health festival, correct. So, and the only person that was there was me, but I was there for the event part to talk about
You were
special
for us.
needs for you guys.
Right, right.
There were no other. There
We
was no
didn't
other
have
force
police
right,
protection. or-
present, so. When it was brought up, why wasn't there any police present? Because this is a new event, it has to be brought up to the town manager through the committee. I guess to out, to advise them so that then they can come through us and then, I don't know how the funds are done, I think it's.
Yeah, it's gonna be
So I'm
expensive.
thinking
to
of
have
the
police
committee
present.
or,
I think you.
I'll ask, cause I know that there's
Now.
certain events that are already built into that budget.
Mhm,
I don't know if this would be one of them, but I can ask.
yeah, cause I know like 4th of July is already.
Yeah,
booked
it's
in,
already built.
So,
Okay.
but I can't say
Yeah,
that.
Are you
put it this
saying
way, for the
that
reindeer
there
one, it's like
seems to be a
$7,000.
connection between the event
We
and
got
that
the
one?
Grove Street.
That
Yeah,
when you
But
come?
still, let's say
Yeah,
it's a
because
third of that still.
The people that came and said that they had seen, that they had found it, said that a group of those people had just left the bathroom. And then they walked in and they found it. So why didn't they say,
did they
Anything. They
turn
were
it
the
over,
users.
did they turn it over to the police? Did you guys have the needle? Take the needle?
yeah, actually, the parks persons came real fast and took care of it, so
Right.
we didn't,
But again, like. were the
Because
people
I'll
that-
tell you, one of the things, one of the groups was giving out pens that were shaped like needles. Actual ink pens that were shaped like,
Maybe, was it a needle for sure? Was it from front? Did we take it like?
I mean, they were giving out tons of those.
but.
Then, sir, it is not admissible here.
No, because I'm telling you, because I had like, I took
Yeah,
a
but
bunch
they-
and then I realized, why did I take a bunch of these? I mean, how am I gonna explain it?
They were
It's a pen, look.
Give it to.
You know?
They were bulky though. I don't think they were.
They look like hypodermic needles. Had like red, one had blue.
Was this from Friends Only?
It was a recovery group, but
Oh, okay.
But I don't know, I mean, it could have been an actual hypodermic needle, it could have, but it could have been a misplaced pen, that's, I mean, it was, it's one of these things that we don't know unless you guys
I
actually
can
tested it.
confirm or.
Yeah,
And that,
I didn't see it, so I can't.
So it was a
confirm.
structured
can
testing.
confirm. it.
Yeah, yeah, and then
Can you add?
once,
right
when we
there?
were going to take care of it, the parks had already taken care of it. And then it was okay, you know,
Yeah.
that's, but it had to be talked about, right? I remember Lisa was like, oh, okay, we needed, you know, you guys to be here, but the request had to be made and all that, you know,
yeah.
so.
Red tape.
I remember that, all that had been
Now
talked
we
about.
know, we learned the hard way, it's fine.
Well, is
So,
if fentanyl comes back, I guess somebody will have to take a look at what they're giving out. Whether it's pens or anything. Just to make sure like we're all on the same page, like, because if there's an officer present. Just tell the officer, hey, look, you know, fentanyl is giving out these pens, take a good look at it. But, you know,
Why, what would you, if you were there working, what would you have done?
Well, the thing, it was brought up that it happened mostly because anything can come up, anything can happen.
Right,
And there was no presence.
yeah,
oh, the lack of present, and that was
The
used
lack
as an
of
example.
present,
not-
correct.
that creates a
Correct.
question, that creates an
Correct.
uncertainty.
Okay,
Correct.
okay.
Because we
Yeah,
never
so-
had these issues. You know, and thank
Thank
God
God.
we've never had anything big happen either at the parks where, you know, usually it's lost kids. We've had little things that have happened,
Yeah,
but our guys are there right away
yeah,
and
we
we take
don't have
care of
huge
it.
incidents.
And most of it is also, the awareness that we're there, so obviously people don't wanna come to these places and start anything and,
Right,
you know.
and it's a small community, you're gonna fight with your neighbor, that's not the smartest thing. Okay, yeah, but I to put Frank in it, because when he went there, he was like, man, you guys should have told me in advance, I would have put it on the radio and all that stuff. And Renee Garcia, Senator, what is he now, Senator? Renee Garcia.
Still,
Senator Garcia, he said that they were 100% behind the two. Yes.
Yeah, I'll share that with you.
Mhm.
Well, they're on my,
They're on your.
they're all on my calendar.
Do you have Frank's info?
No, but I don't, I wouldn't like
Right.
directly add him to my Outlook, but I'll share the flyer with him.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
I think I've asked this when I first got here, but I'll ask again. If anyone from the committee wants to put something in new business, what do? Do we email you?
For the agenda,
At
Yeah.
the moment?
Yeah.
Oh,
just,
okay,
just
Yeah.
let me know, preferably like a week before the committee meeting,
Okay.
so that I can let the chair know, hey, add this as part of your agenda.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I would forward it there.
Second question.
You can also add not right now, but like if you have
If not,
something
yeah.
now, you could be like, when we do order business, you further do, you could say, I have an addition, and then you'll say
Yeah, you
whatever,
can
and
listen
it's,
to
oh, okay, we could put that as 7A B.
Okay,
Yeah.
But
All
even if you still have now, you're gonna ask whatever, and we could.
yeah, that's why I
Okay,
have
okay,
a
sorry.
second question to ask. What is the limit of the rule with any one of us putting on the shirt that says Mental Health Task Force and the Miami Lakes logo on it and speaking to something that we would like to get the word out on, whether it's the responding with compassion workshop, the mental health festival that's coming up, because I had mentioned it to Lindsay and she gave me the green light to post myself in the shirt promoting the event. Is there a rule about committee members going on their own social media accounts and posting something?
I can ask legal. I mean, right now, the answer I would give you is refer to the committee rules. And I would err on the side of caution with that. It's kind of what I would say right now, but I'm happy to ask our
Yeah,
town
because once the
attorney.
event had passed,
Mhm.
I deleted the video.
Yeah.
There's no reason to keep it up because the date has passed.
I don't think that's a problem, people.
I
do
don't
that.
think it's a problem
Like, you
either. I
can
just wanna make
benefit
sure.
my company, I can't sit, with my company logo in the background talking about the mental health event, I
Right.
did do it like if we're gonna be a sponsor, but I can't do anything like benefiting. I mean, read the rules either way, obviously. this
yeah,
is-
that would be.
Right,
Follow the rules, but.
right. And I wonder
but
if-
it's like that.
Something like that would be something that we would need to get approved. Because we don't have a,
Like
'cause-
you promoting the event,
yeah,
I
Well,
don't think that's an issue.
That's the thing with, definitely when it comes to town events, just in general, not a video of you saying anything, but just like a flyer, an event. Anything that has a town logo on it is something that should be vetted by the town. So therefore, that's the thing,
that
if
was
you're
my
gonna,
concern.
you shouldn't be coming up, for example, with your own flyer for responding with compassion workshop. One, because the town needs to acknowledge that the logo is being used the right way, and we need to be aware of where the logo
Yeah.
is being put out as an official like town thing.
But if you wanna, I would guess if you wanted to forward what the town has
Exactly.
created, their product,
That,
Yeah.
that's what
put
I,
it on your social
Yeah.
media.
like, we could do that,
That's
like.
fine.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
Just forward the information that already
Yeah,
exists and the town has vetted it and approved.
Yeah.
So that's also something else, like, can I print out the flyer, have the flyer with me? and
Yes,
just, like, read it
that's
out?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you can have the flyer and share it like online or drop it off at businesses and all that. You getting on camera with a committee shirt, I guess that's the question. I don't know, let me get with town attorney and get your response.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Reading a flyer.
The flyer itself, yes, you guys are welcome to
Yeah.
distribute and use and promote.
Okay, thank you.
You wanna add something? Or that was the question?
Well, I don't know if you wanna. put
You
that
have to ask to
as
go back,
new-
and I have to approve it, or we all have to approve it? I have to
No,
give-
no, like,
I'm
put
just
it on.
gonna get feedback on general, like,
Okay, so either you
How
email
does
me
that work?
the answer, or we.
or I'll
need
get
to-
back to all.
Yeah,
of you
tell
guys
us all
with-
that,
yeah.
just in case the numbers wrong. No, that you had said about if you wanted to add something.
No, I
You
just,
could
it's just a question that she answered.
That was it?
As a committee, do we have like an IG page and can we have one where we can update and make news? Or do they-
I've already asked it, it's,
I don't
it's
think
a
we
lot of
can.
red tape,
Yeah.
right? So the IG page itself has to be approved by legal. Every post needs to be approved by us, and it has to go through the town. It's, and I even said, like, I even suggested, why don't we take 12 images and once per month. Let's just try to prove them all so that we have a set number of images that we can post. It's just a lot of bureaucracy.
You wanna try getting it approved, we can ask. We have nothing to do.
I am so for it.
I think that would be
I know.
great to promote our events and even
And
like
even
mental
mental
health
tips.
tips,
Exactly.
exactly.
I
Like
offered
things-
50
And
million
then we can make our own.
Have you guys gone to council and made that request? I'm just curious.
I think that, maybe not that specific event,
Okay.
but I believe.
No,
in
no,
that
like the
initial-
Instagram page for your own thing. I'm just.
Well, that's the thing,
I
does any
want
committee
to
have
say
their own
that
Instagram?
was-
So I'm gonna tell you from communications end, that's just a nightmare because we have limited staff and we cannot oversee every single account for every single committee and every single
Of
department.
course.
With that said, we use our town Instagram to promote all committees, including mental health task force, and not just events, but initiatives as well. Cause I know I've seen it from you, from mental health, that you guys had some quotes or something that you had posted, I think,
Oh,
sometime
back in
last
the
year.
days.
So I know that it's been used for that. It's just keep in mind, you're one committee out of 12 and all other town events are going on. So obviously it's not the only thing that is being shared on those pages.
Was the Responding with Compassion workshop posted on the Instagram page?
Yes, I've shared the communication strategy with you guys. I really highly encourage you all to go through it because it really does go into depth of how events or initiatives or whatever based on what it is,
Mhm.
how those things are shared throughout our social media.
Maybe we could talk about it next time and whenever we present, we could talk about that, even like.
Yeah, as a committee, if you want to include that as part of your committee report, you're more than welcome to. I was just wondering if you had already gotten a
No,
response
no.
on that.
No, not specifically,
Okay.
but when we did that initial presentation and this turned into like a committee,
Committee?
it had a lot of different things on it. We even had like a phone number to call, like we could respond back.
Yeah, so here, let me just,
mean,
when
it
do
is-
you guys go up? Actually, you guys go up to council July 15th is the next council meeting that you guys are scheduled to give your report. That, and then that means that I need the report by July 3rd, which puts us at in June. That's the opportunity for the committee to really come together, and if you guys want to bring any drafted proposals of what you're trying to bring to council, please take the initiative to do so
I'm not
between now and the next meeting.
Not my initiative,
You don't even know why I'm pointing at you. Can I
Why?
tell you why I'm pointing?
Why? yes.
Can you add it to the 30 minutes, please?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Thanks.
So if you guys want to bring anything you're trying to propose, for example, the Instagram or whatever it may be, whatever details that you want to get clarification, want to make a proper request, I would say from here to the next meeting, draft that out, bring that draft to the next meeting. You guys as a committee will bless it. Yes, this is what the committee wants to take to council, and then I will add it to the council agenda for July.
Sir, could you also add the letter that you sent? And the companies that we have on the website?
What I found, correct me if I'm wrong, I just wanna make sure, I thought the letter we were kind of done with, because it had to do with the websites that you guys wanted on the,
Yeah, we kind of,
and we already cleared that out.
yeah, you said,
Did
that's,
we
o-
put
yeah,
other
that's,
people
okay,
on
that's good to go. They approved.
What are you talking about? What letter are you guys talking about?
What letter are you talking about?
Remember what?
We wrote a letter
Yeah,
saying,
no,
can
no.
we include not just nonprofits, but anybody who does business in Miami Lakes,
Yes,
that letter?
and what was the final answer?
They said, yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, I
I'm
think,
behind.
maybe,
Maybe I'm behind.
maybe you weren't at that meeting, I don't know if
I
I
don't
sent you
think
guys
I
an
might
email.
have.
What we came up with is the town is actually gonna, just so you understand, pretty much a BTR list. So whoever has a business tax receipt with the town,
Yes.
They're
you
gonna be
can
an
sort
option?
it.
Yeah.
You can
Beautiful.
sort, well, that's on the website. Generally, you can sort through business types. However, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like a subset of that under mental health task force as well. A duplicate of that, drop down,
Right,
but that is already filtered out to like mental health.
I know, okay, never mind.
Now, disclaimer, if there is a business that it doesn't have their BTR up to date,
No, that's.
they
your
will not,
problem.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole other.
Yeah, the town, I was like, yeah, why aren't we promoting town business?
So many streets. I think that's great, okay,
Yeah,
good.
maybe-
Now I'm happy again. Maybe I said it when I missed
Next
it.
meeting, members need to draft proposals for the July presentation.
No, we could do it together. Why is everyone gonna drop a proposal?
Really, the chair brings forward the committee report, but if there's anything in that you want to
Yeah.
explain, you shouldn't spend the 1.5 hour meeting trying to draft something, like you should already
yeah,
come with
bring
a
it. Yes,
proposal, the
yes,
draft
yes,
the
yes,
proposal to the
Then
committee.
I'm sorry, I'm.
Because if not, you're
we're
gonna
just
spend the
on a good
entire
terms today,
meeting.
apparently. He's jealous because I'm my own day.
You have your own day.
And if I expect flowers in my house. Work, who needs a home is stand.
I was gonna like burn the
Anything else, guys? Ladies?
motion to adjourn.
No, you don't motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn?
Second.
You don't know, I agree.
4:47, no, I do it, not you, when you're sitting in the hot seat, you can do it. I. Spell that correctly, please.
Wait for a day.
Yes.